Okay, now that we have the left-hand grip, how do we put the right hand on? All right, and remember again, I'm being a little bit technical. I'd like you to know the intricate parts, but when you're putting your grip on, I don't want you to get so cerebral that you can hardly get paralyzed by trying to put the grip on. I'd rather you grab it and go and be able to know that you're pretty secure. You can refine it over the years, but let's talk about the right hand grip. Okay, the left hand up here in front, as you can see, I have my thumb at 2 o'clock. Well, I'm going to turn to the side and let's look at the right hand for just a second. There's a lifeline right on here, and God made that lifeline. My goodness, mine's going on forever. Boy, it must mean I'm going to live a long time. But anyway, God made that lifeline for golfers. And he said, if you use that lifeline to the best of benefit, that'll help you play better. He said, just put it right on your left-hand thumb. God made that groove so it fits in there absolutely perfectly. All right, so if you have a good lifeline, let's grab the thumb with it. All right, from this point, it's fingertip, 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 fingertip. And again, we're holding the golf club kind of like you'd pick up a purse or a basket of balls. So thumb on the lifeline, and we're grabbing it really between the first and second knuckles of the fingers, so you can kind of see, like most of the times when you use that to grab something, you can tell how that works. So I've really got it in the fingers and the thumb's in the lifeline. All right, now when I do that, my right hand thumb is going to be slightly left of center. So as you noticed before, I talked about having a clock here. Well, my right hand thumb is going to be at 11:59 on the clock. All right, and I'm also going to have a little groove here that's formed between the thumb and index finger. All right, that little groove is important. Let me take it off for 1 second. All right, that little groove is important because when I put it on correctly, that little groove is going to point to the right side of my face, the right side of my chin. So if you're looking at me, you're going to see that that groove is pointing more toward me at the right side. Oh, get that in there better so it'll work. Okay, so my thumb's at 11:59 and the groove's pointing toward my chin to the right side of my face. Okay, let me get back in here just a little bit. I said that we had to put fingertip, 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 and the lifeline actually covers the thumb. Well, there's one part missing. What to do with this little finger here? All right, I have a doctor that gives me group rates on cutting off that little finger because it's about that important. But if you are a lady with small fingers, we also have some men, Nicholas, I think Tiger Woods was in that category. We'd like to take that little finger and we'd like to interlock it with the index finger of the left hand. All right, that's called an interlocking grip. Jack Nicklaus uses it to great success. Most of the ladies that are viewing this video, I would suggest looking at the size of your hands. It's got to do with the length of the fingers and the size of the hands. Interlocking is used mainly for that. All right, the second choice you have, if you have big hands as I do, I'd like that little finger simply to lay on top of that index finger. It's called a Harry Vardon overlap grip. Harry Vardon was a very good golfer at one time, and he had big hands. He said, you know what, I think I'm going to throw my little finger on there, and he started winning. So after he started winning golf tournaments, everybody decided, hey, this is what I'm going to try. So Mr. Harry Vardon is responsible for the Harry Vardon overlap grip. All right, as you notice, when I originally put the grip on, I left the little finger right where it is now. Well, that's called a 10-finger grip. We do have a lot of players that play with 10 fingers. I recommend that particular grip for those people who have arthritis, or they have soreness in their hands, or maybe they just can't hold on well. So the right hand then has to be lifeline, closing it in the fingers, thumb at 11:59. Your choice of interlock, overlap, or 10-finger is up to you. All right, I would like you not to dwell on the interlock and overlap. It's usually what you grew up with or what you started with first. But if it's affecting your golf swing, because of that, it's a small thing and it's not going to take and change the way you hit the golf ball. But the place that you put your thumbs and where you put your little grooves pointing would change the way the ball is going to fly.